At first we can see Seo-jin is an architect who lost his wife nearly 6 months ago in a hit-and-run accident. Stricken with the grief of not finding the responsible driver for his wife's death, he struggles to manage his work and taking care of his daughter. The film begins with his hypnosis therapy scene, which takes him back to the day of the accident. But his memories soon get mingled with his childhood memories, where he finds himself next to a man selling balloons in a children's park, and he finds a little girl standing in the distance. The moment he tries to look at the girl's face, he wakes up. After returning home, his parents tell him to take good care of his daughter Yi-na, who still doesn't know about her mother's death, and not just keep himself busy with work all the time. The next day at work, Seo-jin gets a call from Seoul Emmanuel Orphanage, who claims that his long-lost sister was found after 25 years. He then goes to meet his found sister, Yoo-jin, and both of them don't seem to have clear memories about what happened on the day of her abduction. Their parents and they go to the hospital where Yoo-jin works to retrieve her things back. There they meet a fellow nurse, Yeon-ju, who tells them that Yoo-jin is the ace of her co-workers. After a couple of days, Yi-na gets close to her aunt and follows everything her aunt tells her to do. Soon Yoo-jin gets close to the whole family. She changes their house's infrastructure and hires new workers to work at home and help with their mother's rehabilitation. His parents and daughter don't act the same with him anymore and listen to whatever Yoo-jin says. All this doesn't make sense to Seo-jin, and he begins to doubt if Yoo-jin is really his lost sister. One day their old trusted maid and Yoo-jin taking Yi-na to dance class. On that place suddenly a man recognized Yoo-jin and began to follow them. Seeing him, Yoo-jin started fleeing. After a moment she caught. The angry man was holding her collar and keeps saying, "Where is his daughter?" Yoo-jin said, "I don't know." After few moments later the man found died on car parking garage. But unfortunately their maid saw that and began to suspect her. Yoo-jin understand that their maid all know about that man killing. Yi-na was sleeping in the car, then she told their maid, "Let's take you somewhere." After that she was later found nowhere else. Meanwhile Yoo-jin came home and told everyone their maid ran away with a man because of love. But Seo-jin could not accept it. He told their maid can't do this. Seo-jin gets a call from the police that they were able to find new evidence in his wife's accident. He notices his sister in the evidence while watching it. This makes him grow even more suspicious of her identity. He consults his psychiatrist friend and asks him to perform hypnotism on him again. This time he sees the face of the driver who hit his wife and also sees his sister watching from a distance. To find about Yoo-jin's true identity, Seo-jin goes to the orphanage who called him earlier. But he doesn't find any orphanage in that address. At the same time, he finds out that Yeon-ju was hired by Yoo-jin to tell her family about her being a nurse. Enraged by this, he reaches home and reveals this fact to his family. Yoo-jin then apologizes that she lied about being a nurse as she wanted to create a good impression on her and the family. After an argument, their mother faints and is taken to hospital where Seo-jin manages to get a strand of Yoo-jin's hair. He takes the sample to get a DNA analysis. After a series of incidents, Seo-jin becomes sure that Yoo-jin is an intruder. One night Seo-jin gets a call from a realtor that there is someone in his old home. When he goes to his old house, he finds their trusted maid Yeon-ju's dead body in the bathtub and faints. After becoming conscious, he finds himself tied up to a chair by a man he sees in his hypnosis, the one who killed his wife. He tells Seo-jin that he was the one who called him earlier from the orphanage and is also the one who killed his wife, which he claims to be unintentional. He tells Seo-jin that theirs is a religious group where they worship the chosen holy child. For this, they abduct girls of similar age and perform certain rituals on the child and make their believers worship the child. Now the chosen child is Yi-na. Angry, Seo-jin kills him. And comes back home only to find police waiting for him. A series of incidents make the police and Seo-jin's friend believe that Seo-jin is behaving wild because of his medication. They arrest Seo-jin, and Yoo-jin confesses in a car privately to him. She tells about how she met his wife and made her join their cult. She blames him for being a workaholic and neglecting his family. Seo-jin later manages to flee from the police. After that involves an hustle with Yoo-jin when she tries to escape with Yi-na. Seo-jin rescues his daughter when she comes to the edge of the hill, but Yoo-jin falls when she tries to catch Yi-na. Seo-jin holds Yoo-jin's hand as she was about to fall off a cliff. She pleads him not to leave her hand as their mother told him not to let go of her hand. But he leaves her to fall after recollecting what happened on the day of his sister's abduction, telling her that even if she were his real sister, she could never be their family. After that, Seo-jin tells everything to the police. Later, Seo-jin's family starts getting better. At the end, Seo-jin shredding the DNA analysis of Yoo-jin he requested for without looking at the result.